What's going on? What is going on? It is your boy, Smooth Blaze, and I'd like to welcome you back to the Reality Check Present versus Future Self, Episode 10. Now, before we get into all the major points of this video, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Also, hit that notification bell, select all so you would not miss one video. Now, a couple weeks ago, what we discussed is recapping January 2023. What real momentum have we created for ourselves as we continue to push through this year? Now, for this week, something that we need to understand is how to stay level-headed in times of uncertainty. Again, staying level-headed in times of uncertainty. So as we look at this attribute, and the importance of being even keeled. When I think it is the importance of being even keeled. What have I learned really about myself? That's something we have to look at. The biggest thing that I learned just for myself is I love structure. I know how to adapt to different environments. I understand my why. Trials and tribulations do not discriminate no matter if you're a male, female, or what race you are. So we always keep that in mind. And strengthens weaknesses. Understanding what I'm great at, understanding areas where I'm kind of struggling or I'm lacking, and trying to decide which lean more on my strength and enhancing my weaknesses. And lastly, taking accountability for the things that I do and how I move. Those are the things that I've learned about myself. Now, another thing that comes up when you're thinking about staying level-headed in these times would be, what healthy habits have I created? One thing for me, for example, for me, will be a creative space where I can be able to get all the juices and everything flowing from a mindset perspective. Keeping account of what I do on a weekly basis. This is something that I've started since last year, but I'm continuing to use this momentum into this year so I can get things done. Proactive versus reactive. We all know when you prepare for certain things in advance, you'll be able to get things done more effectively and efficiently. Reactive is based off of the situation or based off of not being in a situation where you're doing things within the time frame. It slows down the progress and allows you to be in a flight stance versus being in a situation where you have time to fix errors that may come up throughout that process. So another thing that I looked at was preparing for setbacks. We all know that in life, things happen, car go down, a family death, or somebody can break into your home. There's the things that happen in life, but we have to know and be prepared for these type of setbacks when things arise. So as we go through all these progressions, we know that life is gonna be just like a roller coaster, up and down. We just have to be prepared for it. Now, creating habits and activities that bring you joy. Meaning, if there's something that you're passionate about that you like doing, go forward and do those things to ensure that you bring peace and happiness and things that you like to do as you're grinding during times of when work is heavy, or when you have other organizations that you're a part of, or when you're struggling with bills. Find a way to kind of mentally escape for a second to release a lot of your frustrations in order to do the things that you need to do to keep yourself motivated. Also, what I've learned is being open to new things, meaning having an open mind. We can be strong within what we believe in and how we move, but let's ensure that we're open-minded about all aspects of other things that we encounter. Another major point would be time management. When troubles arise, how quickly do you respond? And when you think of the word time management, the biggest thing is, how well do you deal with pressure? How well can you adapt to a situation so you can get the thing done? There's going to always be situations where something just comes out the blue. What do? Do you panic? Are you a person that looks at the time, okay, I still have to be at this place at 6 p.m., right? So if I got something to do at 6 p.m. and I know I got 3 tasks I got to take care of, how am I going to break these down? I got to do this first. I got to do that first. Am I going to wait until after, or I'm just going to tackle these things, get out the way so I have enough time to get to where I need to get to? Those are ways you have to think on your feet. Or just if your family member gets sick or having an issue, what you going to do? You're just going to call up the paramedics and that's it? Sometimes you need to be more assertive in trying to get things done so that you can get them things done. Relationships. This is a major one. Relationships as it relates to developing a sense of peace or a sense of level-headedness during times of uncertainty. Do I have a circle of people that are level-headed persons? Meaning, when there's times or things where I'm venting about to people that I trust, am I able to do the necessary things or take the necessary advice that they give me? Or in situations where they're stripped, they're in disarray, how am I being able to add to them, so ensuring that they get the best results from what they're looking for? So that's a major thing in relationships. You have to look at your circle and really look at it like, I know I could depend on this person because they're gonna give me the right thing to say. I know this person will call me out when I'm doing wrong. And I know this person will give me what I need to keep me pushing. So that's the other question. Can we check somebody, or can we be checked when we're doing wrong? If you don't have a person in your circle that's able to do that during times of adversity or times of uncertainty, you don't have the real one by you. So in time to let them, he or she, go. So just always keep that in mind. Financial management. This is another area where there may be a level of uncertainty, but you have to stay level-headed. Do I stay the course when my finances are short? There are times every month where somebody may be like, man, I'm barely making, I'm barely pushing it. But sometimes that sacrifice in these other areas will allow you to push through and get through these troubling times. Troubled times don't last always. You just got to keep pushing, just keep pushing. So you got to look at your finances and try your best to do that. And if you need help, it's okay. It's okay to ask for help. And am I still being consistent with my saving? Am I currently up to date with my consumer debt or my monthly bills? When I say savings, it don't matter if you save $10 because you don't have enough to just, if you, let's say your goal say $50 a month, but this month you just can't do it. Put something. I don't care if it's $5, I don't care if it's $10. It shows progress. It shows consistency. Now, as far as your consumer debt and your monthly bills or monthly expenses, look at it like this. Keep yourself current on your debts. Sir, I don't care, pay the minimum. Just pay the minimum. And whatever you're trying to get the lowest it, knock that thing out of the park and attack that with aggression until it's completely gone. Monthly bills, you may have certain things that you can't get rid of. Like you can't get rid of the rent, you can't get rid of mortgage off that fast, or you can't get rid of water bill, utilities, or anything of that nature. Or definitely not electricity. So when you're looking at all these aspects, you got to understand, okay, what are some things that are necessary to do right now, and what are some things I push off later on? Because at the end of the day, as long as you pay something, it keeps you afloat. So always keep that in mind. And as I kept going through, the biggest thing that I look at is your faith level in times of uncertainty. Now, you have to realize this as it relates to your faith level. God understands what you are going through. However, will you lean more on your faith, or you allow that to overshadow you because you're living currently in reality? I know that we as people have a lot of debt and we have a lot of things we owe and we have so much going on. But at the end of the day, just because it doesn't look like it's going to work doesn't mean it won't. God comes in different avenues, but you got to be able to be consistent in that time and also lean on him throughout those difficult periods, because he always comes through. You just have to have the faith that even though you can't see it, it's going to work. Now, lastly, how do I envision my storm how do I envision myself when the storm finally ends? The biggest thing that you get as far as relief when you're going through difficult times, you know that the storm is going to be over, but the peace of your spirit is major. That's one thing, is peace. The peace of that your mind will be restored, meaning that you have a clear mind, a peaceful mind that you can think properly and think straight. My finances will be in order, meaning that everything is aligned properly. So when an emergency happens, it won't be a major issue for me. Giving shall increase, meaning that if you've been a giving person all at first, even when you had little, I know once you get more and more things, you will be able to do more as far as your giving. My impact that will spread throughout the world, that's something major. Spreading your impact, telling your story about what you've been through to inspire the next. And your confidence will always grow. Being confident versus arrogant. Being confident in yourself is very essential because God wants you to be confident, but don't be too arrogant or feeling yourself. So, as we close, I'd like to thank you for taking time to check out my YouTube video. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Also, hit that notification bell and select all so you will not miss one video. It is your boy, Smooth Blaze, and I am signing out.